You are not going to want to miss this one, guys. How are we doing? I have an insane game for you here today. It was so crazy that I actually ran out of breath commentating it a few times. It's funny. It was just so insane, so intense, and it should have been a game that was over in like 15 minutes, but we made it so incredibly close, and it ended up being one of the most exciting games that I've played in Season 13 so far. You definitely don't want to miss this one, so sit back, relax, grab something to drink, or eat, or whatever, and enjoy this game. That being said, if you could do me a favor and subscribe if you're new here, or if you just enjoy my content. I'm trying to get to 100k subscribers, and I would really appreciate your support if you enjoy my videos. I'm doing my best to give you guys some great games to watch, like this one coming up, and I wouldn't be here without you, so let's make it happen and go crazy. And if you can, like the video if you enjoy my content as well. It really helps me out with the channel, and I appreciate it. But yeah, that's it. Without further ado, let's get into this insane game. Okay, here we go. Strap yourselves in. Get ready for this one. This is a crazy one, man. This is probably one of the best games I've had in a long time. It was very close, a very close game, very intense. Yeah, honestly, before you start watching this video, go grab a drink or something. Go grab some popcorn, because this is a fucking good game. And you'll see why, man. It's a very, very close one, and yeah, just overall very, very enjoyable to play. So let's get into it. Now, the early game is very rough for me. In general, this game is quite rough for me. The team is quite frustrating to play against. We're versing a Wukong jungle, who can be quite annoying because you can rarely kill him in a lot of scenarios, and we're also versing an Akali. And Akali, need I say more? It's literally a champ that you can't hit, who has three dashes and will one-shot you, and can also reveal you, by the way. So, very enjoyable. And yeah, makes for an interesting game. So we see the Wukong here. I'm going to see if I can potentially do something, but he's going to back off. And my goal here is to really just go for the full clear. So yeah, we are running the new Eclipse setup that I've been running lately, that I made a video on last time. It's a very, very juicy setup with Ingenious Hunter and First Strike. Super nice. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. Does a lot of work. It does a lot of work, especially in this game. Definitely think it was very, very useful. And yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can. I'm just kind of looking bot side here, because like that's pretty much the only lane I'd be able to gank or do anything around. And I finished my red. Fight breaks out. They're going to trade 1-for-1. Unfortunately, Pyke is going to get the kill, and Lucian's going to get the other kill, so Kha'Zix kind of gets fucked there. Bit unfortunate. It's just Lucian Nami, what can you do, you know? Lucian Nami's prominent, very prominent duo matchup. Duo bot lane, it's like so frustrating to play against, honestly. But, you know, it is what it is, and I finished my full clear. We see the Wukong here. I want to contest this crab because we know that Lucian just died. They don't have an ADC here. Now Kai'Sa's here first. But our Ashe has good priority, and we're going to be able to take away the crab like that very nicely. Yeah, red smite as well, by the way. So we dropped the double ward there. Yeah, red smite I've been enjoying. Just basically for that tiny bit of extra damage. I do get some value off it. I wish I could see how much damage it does per game, but I guess that's too much for Riot. Too much work, I guess. I mean, they can't even change small details of the skin, so you know. That's some shade right there. Okay. Alright, so we know that the Wukong has appeared bot side, so he's likely going to be up here now, around top crab. And so I'm hard pinging this, and I'm also pinging on the way so they can come counter. But this guy is just so low, and his wave is shoving really hard, so I'm not actually... I'm very worried for him here, and yep, sure enough, the Wukong shows up as planned. He tries to run back towards me, but he's just way too forward for me to do anything. And I can chunk the Wukong down very hard, but it's not going to be enough. I lose isolation, and the GP's dead to back him up. And yeah, overall, just very unfortunate. I get some first strike gold, I guess. It's not really, not really game changing, but the least I can do now is to take his Krugs, which are still up, and jump over and see what else we can take here. I'm going to check his Raptors here, see if they're up. They just respawned, which is really good. So I'm able to take 2 camps here off him. That's really good. Just kidding, the fucking Akali's here. So I'm gonna have to back off here. Laners just love interrupting me when I'm trying to counter jungle. Here comes the Wukong, he's back. They really wanted to collapse on me there, and we forced the blast cone out. So thankfully we get away from that pretty comfortably. And then we're gonna jump over and start hitting our camps yet again. So yeah, it's a very slow ass game. So I apologize if it gets a little mundane sometimes, but keep in mind it's an extremely hard matchup for me to play. And I mean, it is playable, right? But it's just very awkward early on, and it takes a while. We can't really force stuff as much as we like. And yeah, I'm just gonna walk up here, see if we can do anything, but no, he's not really going to do much there with the gank there, the Wukong. So really what we should just be doing now is power farming, trying to get our level 6, and that's about it. Once we get level 6, we're probably evolving our R. It's kind of necessary. Like, it's the main threats on this team for us are the Akali and the Wukong. And the problem with going evolved Q against these champs is that you will never be able to hit them. You also won't get isolation because Wukong has a clone. So all in all, it's extremely hard to play against these champs in team fights and just in fights in general. So yeah, not great. So what happened there is an Ashe ult actually lands on the bot lane there, but these guys can't follow up on it in time, so they just pick a terrible engage and then they just die. I don't really know why the Pyke is pinging the Kai'Sa here, because he really just hard fucked up there. But overall, yeah, just really unfortunate. And now my bot lane is kind of behind. It's Lucian Nami as well, so these guys are going to be very strong later. Look how much CS there is there. Thankfully there is a cannon, so you can tank a bunch of that. We're going to recall, we pick up our Dirk, and really the only thing we can do now is kind of walk in, walk into our jungle and take the rest of our camps. We should have been doing this ages ago, but yeah, Wukong goes for another gank, heavily harassing the mid lane there. Now he's going to invade me. He also hits 6 off of that gank, so really tragic. And then he's just going to spin on me, flash on me as well, and I'm just going to die. Like, no respect from me there at all. Truth be told, I didn't actually realize he was 6 because I saw him level 5 in the mid lane, and I didn't realize he turned 6 right there in that moment. So he taxed a bit of XP and he got 6 and he killed me as a result. But thankfully my team follows up on that, which is good. I guess at least we get something off that, which is solid, but it's really tragic for me because I'm still super behind now, because I haven't really been able to do anything. Haven't been able to get lane XP. The ganks I've been trying to do have not worked, and yeah, overall just kind of a shitty ass situation for me where we aren't getting the snowball we need to be a strong champion. So yeah, at least we get level 6 off the red buff, and now I'm going to look bot lane for something here. This is pretty solid by the looks of it, although Kai'Sa is half health. Pyke is going to R in. I'm going to use my R2. Pyke just butchers his Q. He gets the stun off though. Lucian going to flash out. And we're going to jump on the Lucian, follow him up with the leap, and pick him up there. But it's really tragic. Akali comes along, and I just give up here. I'm like, fuck it, just kill me. We're not getting away. And she's going to pick up a double kill here, and Pyke is now in trouble. And she's going to get a triple here. So, really unfortunate. It's terrible timing off that gank, because the moment we went in there, the moment I started walking up, the Akali had already shoved her wave and was walking down. So I really should have realized this and just backed off. But I mean, it's so hard to realize that once you're in the middle of actually ganking. And because of that, we just lose. We die, all 3 of us die, and Akali gets a huge lead. So yeah, the game is not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Still trying to build into our clips, trying to be as useful as we can, but like, we're literally being... we just have to resort to farming and playing slow now, because it's really just all we can do here. It's a very rough game for sure, and now with Akali having 3 kills, like, what the fuck are we as a Kha'Zix gonna do against her? Honestly, like, the only way we could be somewhat useful here is if we just evolved W and we started spamming the W against their team when we go for ganks and stuff. So yeah, you'd be wondering I think everyone in this game was wondering how the fuck were we gonna win this game because our comp is so terrible. And I don't know. I don't want to say that we won or anything, but like very, very tough game. Asher we're gonna drop. Pike just doesn't respond in time. I'm spam pinging him. I'm like, bro, please go in. I'm a bit annoyed with this Pike in terms of performance this game. I think the early game he played like very questionably, and just overall I wasn't really happy with how he played. But we should not be like, you know, projecting onto him, right? We shouldn't be toxic towards him or anything. Actually gonna be forced to flash out there. Big threat the Akali is right now. Yeah, it's quite a frustrating game to play as Kha'Zix, so forgive me if I have some toxic moments in this game, because yeah, it's not, it wasn't exactly fun early game. But we do pick up the Eclipse here. That's pretty much all we can do is recall, try spike on our items, and then use our R Evolve to try and do something. And that's pretty much all we can do. We do see the Wukong here, so I'm gonna try bot lane again. We're gonna see if we can walk up here. We use the R Evolve because I think I see the Nami walking up. Unfortunately, she's not going to really do much there. I get chunked down with the culling there. Very unfortunate. Pike just misses everything. I'm like, what the fuck are we playing? Like, I'm so frustrated here. I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, what was that? Like, he just burnt everything, missed everything, and then we can't do anything because of that. But Lucian actually makes a mistake. He tries to go for a dive on the Kai'Sa, just barely misses out on some damage. Kai'Sa's gonna shield and then actually get the Lucian, which is good. But yeah, I become fairly frustrated with the Pyke there because it was like, what the fuck was that? Like, but again, like, I can't stress this enough. You should not flame your team. You should not like spam ping your team like that and stuff. It's just really not worth it, and it doesn't make them play any better. So that's my bad there. I should not be doing that. I spam ping the Wukong because we see him topside, potentially looking for a gank up there. And we're going to walk up here and see if he tries to go for anything here. Blast Cone over. He's not here. Thank goodness. Also, the Akali is roaming up. You see the Wukong there. And so I'm just going to back off here because it seems like nothing is happening here. Pyke should be okay here, no problem. And then we're just going to go back into our jungle and take camps. It's really all we can do here. We can't actively walk up against Wukong and Akali. We might have been able to, honestly, if we went Bruiser style Kha'Zix, but other than that, like, we just get destroyed way too fast. The moment Akali ults us, there's basically no way to get away from her. Because she has so much mobility and so much burst, and that champ's broken. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna look for top here. A ward gets dropped into the bush, but I use my R-Evolve to sneak past it. Kennen's gonna flash ulti onto the GP there, and we're able to pick up a very, very good kill. And after that, we're gonna shove the wave. Very solid gank. It's a good tip if you have R-Evolve, just to sneak past warded bushes using the first cast, and then afterwards you can kind of catch the enemy off guard and, you know, get a very solid gank off like that, like we just did there. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose my bot side camps, but, you know, a kill is a kill. It's probably worth it. And now we just are trying to go for our top side camps, make sure we get rid of these. See the Wukong here, looking for something in the mid lane, but not really going to happen there. Thankfully, I can have some time to get rid of this, get rid of these wolves. And Kai'Sa looks to be in pretty substantial danger here, because we don't know where the enemy is in our jungle, but they are on our red. Akali tries to go on the Ashe. I can't jump on her here because she just has stealth, so yeah. And then I walk up way too far. I get really, really greedy. I don't respect the enemy team walking up, and I have to just leap and flash out, so I'm immediately useless here. Poorly played by me, lack of awareness there. Should not have burnt anything there, let's be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. Pyke is just going to manage to get out, and then we're going to just hit the recall, pick up another serrated Dirk. I just wanted to kind of maximize my damage here. We do need our boots ASAP, and we do need as much CDR as possible because we need to get to level 11 and evolve W ASAP so that we can start just chucking out the Ws and apply that slow when necessary, because that's basically the strongest part of our kit in this game. Walking up to Akali and Wukong is just not, it's not really feasible, and it's very, very difficult. So the best thing we can do is use our utility alongside everyone else and try and make picks with the W evolve and all our CC combined. That's pretty much the kind of focus of this game, because we have no frontline, right? The only strong part about this team is that we have juicy amounts of CC. We've got the Ash ult, we've got Pyke CC, got the huge cannon ulti, which is going to be instrumental in this game, and we have Kai'Sa. And we have our W evolve, right? So I see GP dropping fairly low. I wanted to look for a dive there potentially, but then I decide, fuck it, let's go for the Herald instead. We have top prior, and enemy team is likely going to be on the Dragon. So we can trade objectives here. I'm able to go for the Herald, and they themselves will be on Dragon. Unfortunately, Cannon's going to go down. Of course, they start fighting when I'm on the fucking Herald. Kali is going to jump on the Ashe and kill her too. But the GP is going to go down. Why is it everyone fights when I'm on Herald, and then we chuck out the FF? So everyone there is like, yep, let's FF. This doesn't look winnable. And, like, guys, does it look winnable here? Does it? I don't know, man. I don't think it does. I think anyone in this scenario would be very skeptical about how this game would turn out. But there is a chance, right? I don't think it's... No, it's not. Okay. There is a chance in this game, because the enemy team can throw. Enemy team can always throw. They don't have some mega scaling champ. They have Lucian Nami, which falls off later. It doesn't fall off too hard, but it does. It's not as powerful as it is early game. Wukong jungle falls off as well. Akali generally falls off too. And overall, like, the only real hard scaling they have is a Gangplank. So we can actually still win. Cannon scales very well. Super underrated champ. The Ashe will always have good pick potential and poke, so we can zone them off very quickly, very easily. We have the Kai'Sa, who is a very good source of damage, and we have Pyke, who's also a good source of utility. So all this utility is very useful to us, and we can potentially bring it back. And we see the monkey in our jungle. Really not much we can do here. I've got my boots. Enemy team is looking to go mid. I'm going to look for an engage here, but the Wukong sees me go in, so I'm just going to get instantly ulted. Lucian tries to flash on me. Nice try, buddy. He gets caught out. He's going to get destroyed by the cannon ulti. And I'm going to get some good ISO damage onto the Akali, but that's about all I can do. Cannon goes fucking crazy there. He picks up the Lucian, but he's going to go down in the process. And just like that, you can see, like, yep, it's definitely winnable. Like, we just kind of fought them off despite us being really in a quite a terrible position. And, you know, that gives us some hope. Even though Cannon's like, yep, FF. Like, it's definitely winnable. Cannon's like, our comp will never win this. I'm inclined to agree, but I literally held on to that last bit of hope. I was like, well, no. I mean, like, we do have... I'm going to run W evolve. I've got Eclipse, First Strike. I got some good poke on me. We got Ashe as well. And we have a massive cannon ulti. There is a chance we can still scale. Enemy comp is not that great in itself. They're very strong early, but that's about it. And then I'm like, if we get 2 items, and we get level 11, there's a chance. But I wouldn't mind if we FF'd. I was like, I literally could not care less if we just went next on this game. Because it's such an unfun game to play as a Kha'Zix. It's like, well, what the fuck we meant to do? It's literally a Wukong who we can't walk up against without taking half our health as damage, like as a trade. And then we can't walk up to Akali. We get one shot by Lucian. The only real champ that I don't have too much of a problem with is Gangplank. And even then, he like scales like crazy later on into the game. So it's not a fun game, but we can still kind of bring it back. Never give up, you know? And that's exactly what we do this game. So we finally get the level 11. This is enormous. We're just like prioritizing our camps as much as possible this game. I'm going to walk up here just so I can... just in case anyone follows up. But that's not going to happen. Pyke and Cannon going to manage to get the GP off the board. Very nice. And slowly, the more we make picks like that, the better off we are. Just slowly getting that gold lead. You know, closing the gap with that gold lead. Ashe ult going to look for the Wukong here, but not going to happen. It's going to hit me instead. Unlucky. And now I kind of can't go anywhere. I have to just stay topside because at any point the enemy team can just say, hey, yep, let's just Baron. And if I'm not up here, then they just take Baron for free. So need to be up here at all times now. Can't really prioritize my farm too much anymore. Do the Lucian up here. And now we're going to walk up into the river, try and get some pressure. Chuck out a W. Have a nice day. Did no damage to him. Lovely. And yeah, actually we see the Akali here. And I try and W her, but she ults. And oh man, I played this so badly. Kai'Sa's gonna go down. And I failed to get the Akali, which was terribly played by me. Just poor mechanics there. And then the fight is gonna kind of come to a standstill. So I don't want to be that guy, but I'm literally lagging in this game. I can't tell if you can see it, but I'm definitely lagging. I've had a lot of internet problems lately, so my mechanics are very off. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but you know, I'm using that as an excuse, okay? Thankfully I've fixed my internet, so there will be streams coming and there will be no more mechanical errors, hopefully. So that's good. Dragon is up. I have to stay around here and look for, you know, just make sure I'm here for the dragon to contest it. GP gets a little too greedy. Ashe is going to apply a good slow on him, and then I'm just going to walk up and one-shot him, even though I don't have isolation. How juicy is that? So that's something I love about this build. With the red smite and all these different sources of true damage, we're able to just destroy the gangplank even without ISO. I'm going to get jumped on here. This is really bad. I have to flash out because I know Akali's going to try follow up with the second R. So overall, I have to burn everything there just to get away. Very tragic, but there is 2 dead, so my enemy team... The enemy team only has 3 to work with. My team is going to collapse here. Huge cannon ulti. Also, Akali gets revealed by the Kai'Sa, which is enormous. It gives me enough time to get a combo off on her. And then my red smite is going to kill her in the stealth. Fuck you, stupid ass champ. And just like that, we're turning the game around. See, I told you, man. My team is making very good picks on the map, and that allows us to have a number advantage here. And then we can secure the dragon with ease. Now we need to take this, get the fuck out of here, and try and play for the Baron now. We're just going to recall. There we go. We have our next item up now. And unfortunately, Ashe is going to get caught out here by the Wukong. She somehow gets away. Wukong actually discontinues that chase there. I pick up the Yumu's Ghostblade. Probably better itemization choices here, honestly, but I just really wanted to maximize my damage against the squishy enemies and utilize the mythic passive from the Eclipse to kind of get my armor pen from there. And yeah. So enemy team is actually pressuring the Baron here. Meanwhile, I'm hitting my wolves. They aren't actually on it though, so I'm like, okay, I can relax just a little bit. And so I'm trying to get my camps while nothing is happening. I want to walk up here on the GP, but he recognizes that we're all up here. Nami ulti comes out, tries for an engage. Ashe is going to get caught out here. Lucian walks into isolation. He's going to burn everything, try to get away. I deal a chunk of damage to him, but it's not going to be enough. Ashe is going to go down. I'm going to W the Akali in the Shroud. And that's basically all I can do here. Peel back with my W's, not really much. Enemy team gets a 1-for-0 trade. Unfortunate. Akali's going to look to recall here. Going to see if we can get a pike hook onto her here. It's not going to happen. She notices. And then they're going to back off here. Looks like the enemy team wants to back off. I chuck a good W out. And that's pretty much all we can do. And... this is a massive mistake by me. Okay. Where did the enemy team go, right? Where did they go? I just assumed they backed off. But turns out they're on the Baron here. And I'm busy hitting my Gromp like an idiot. I should be over there trying to contest. But I just did not realize MC is going to be hitting down the Baron. I'm not going to get there in time. I'm going to get a good ulti off onto the Nami. I'm going to try and burst down the Wukong here. He's going to go down. Ice gets destroyed. Goes in 1v3. Yeah, overall just... man, it's a lack of awareness from me there. I had no idea the enemy team was on the Baron. I thought I had more time. And I wasn't... Yeah, I just wasn't there. I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready for that... for that quick Baron rush, and because of that, enemy team gets Baron for free. We do get 2 kills, but we also lose 2, and yeah, just my bad there. Just my bad. I could have gone for a steal if I hard committed to that, but you know, we make mistakes, guys. We make mistakes. So yeah, it's quite the close game, and the game just became slightly harder now because obviously they have the Baron, so we have to kind of continue to play safe and make sure we're not throwing. Because if we make tiny mistakes, they get so much out of it. Because our comp is full of very important CC abilities, so if we don't do our, you know, our engages properly or our picks properly, then we'll just straight up die because we're very punishing comp. So need to make sure to play it right. Our next item will be an LDR. I want to pick up the LDR just so I can counter any potential health on the enemy team, aka the Wukong and Akali. That's basically it. Need that armor pen. We're gonna look for an engage here. Oh wow, I don't know why I don't go for an engage here. This is a free engage. Everyone is, it's a 1-3-1 split, and I should be able to go in on that. But I choose not to, I guess. I guess it's fine because Kennen actually sneaks behind the GP, and we're able to pick up the GP through a very nice pick. Lucian and Nami actually going to try and jump on the Kai'Sa, but the Kai'Sa's going to live on 1 HP. Me and the Pyke are going to follow up. I jump on the Pyke. Sorry, not the Pyke. I jump on the Lucian in isolation, and the Pyke is going to execute him. And just like that, I'm going to be able to punish them for walking up. Unfortunately, Ashe is going to go down in the bot lane, or wherever she died. I don't know, but yeah, there's so much going on in this game. Fuck, man, it's such a hectic. I haven't used that word in a while. That's a word for sure. Yeah, it's just a crazy game, man. Lots of things happening all at once. One decision could mean that we throw the game completely, and so we have to be very careful. I guess that's why I didn't go for that engage, and that's totally fine. If we can play reactively like that, and the enemy team makes mistakes into us, then that's totally fine too. I pick up the serrated dirk. We're gonna go into Edge of Night next to give ourselves some more safety. We're just sitting on the Last Whisper for now. Typically I like to do this, just holding onto the dirk and the Last Whisper together. I think it's better over Power Spike, especially against the squishy enemies. We're gonna look for something here. Ashe ult comes out but it misses, and then I'm just gonna be like, fuck it. I see the Nami in isolation. We're gonna one-shot her, but it's just not worth it. We're going to go down in the process there. Very poor move by me. The dragon is coming up, and it's just tragic, really. I typed that and I'm like, fuck, that's my bad. Definitely should not have just committed there. Although I did want to get something out of that, and my mind was just like, go, you need to jump in here. Jump. Just do it. I thought I could get her and then get out, but I get slowed, and yeah, it just doesn't work out well. But thankfully, because I did get that kill, I max out my Ingenious Hunter, and I do max out my Eyeball Collection. So I am getting a decent chunk of AD off of that kill. So even though we do lose the dragon, and enemy team gets their third dragon, which is not good at all, at the very least, I'm becoming stronger individually. So that's not too bad, I guess. But still, it's fucking terrible. Like, don't do that. Don't do suicide when dragon's up. Don't want that to happen. But yeah, now, so enemy team has soul point now. Next dragon will be their soul. I W the bush, and turns out there's 2 people waiting in there, so I have to burn everything to survive. I ulti just in case, and get out safely. So yeah, like I said, enemy team has soul point. It is ocean drag too, so it's going to be very rough if they get that. I'm going to try and slow the Lucian, but he just way too much damage. He's going to pick off the Pyke there. Thankfully, no objectives are up, so all we really need to do here is try and protect while our Pyke respawns, and then we can try liquid picks again. Me and Kennen waiting in the bush here. No one's going to walk up, of course. And you know, just trying to get our items bit by bit. Trying to turtle here. We have very good turtle potential, right? Because we can wave clear with our Evolve W if need be. And we have the Ashe. And yeah, overall, pretty solid. We can hold our own against this team now. Ashe thought I was going in there, but why the fuck would I ever go in there? Never going in that scenario. Going to look to clear some vision here. I get chunked. Thank God that Akali E didn't hit me, otherwise it would have been catastrophic and I would have died. That's how that champion is, by the way. Very cool. So I get chunked there after recall. Just gonna make sure I'm healthy. I'm so squishy, right? So I just can't afford to be low HP at this point. Enemy team is going to look for an engage. I see a good chance to go on Lucian here. So I'm gonna try and walk up to him and get an auto off, but it's just not gonna happen because he uses the culling right as I go in. So I get chunked down, and yet again I have to recall and heal up. Very tragic because that was gonna be a very good engage. Kennen actually tries to go he tries to go for a TP flank behind them, but we're not there to follow up, and now he's caught out in a very bad position. We're going to try and see if we can take advantage of the enemy chasing the Kennen. Kennen's actually in a bit of trouble here. He's trying to run for his goddamn life, trying to get away. And we decide that We want to walk up to the Baron side here and try and get some pressure on it. But then Kai'Sa pings the Baron, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, no way, man. This is not good, man. This is not good. And so we're gonna try and take down the Baron. We really don't have enough damage for this. Yeah, we don't. GP ult comes in. I have to fucking flash out of it. It's terrible. Terrible call. And overall, just very bad. I XD and I chuck out an FF because I'm like, fuck this. What are we doing here? But Kennen picks up the Nami. Akali's gonna go in. He's also gonna pick up the Akali as well. Kennen going fucking crazy. So we pick up 2 kills just like that. The Akali and the Nami are gonna go down. But unfortunately, Kennen will finally fall. And so just like that, there's 2 dead on both sides of the what do you call it? Both teams have 2 dead. Enemy team is actually going to try and start the Baron. It's a 3v3. I'm going to walk up here, and we're going to see if we can do anything here. We're going to use our Arval from the bush, try and get vision of the Baron. I'm going to deal some damage to Lucian, jump out just to be safe. Baron is dropping lower and lower. I try and look for a re-engage. My last cast of Arval, I walk in, I grab the fucking Baron. We're going to get the Baron, we're going to W. Enemy team's going to try collapse on me, but I jump out, and I live on 1 HP. We're going to shut down the Lucian. Pyke is going to execute everyone, and it's just the Wukong alive. We're both very, very low. Everyone is super fucking low. We just don't have the agency to do this against the Wukong, so we're just going to play it safe and back off. And holy fuck, man, this game is insane. Oh my god. We're going to back off with the Baron. We just turn the game around instantly, just like that. And we're going to be able to pick up an Edge of Night on top of that. Oh my god, this game is insane. We evolve our wings too, because we hit level 16. And that's going to give us some more flexibility when we're fighting. Oh my god, I'm running out of breath. There's so much to this game. It's insane. And it's just amazing how we've all just kind of, you know, we are all on the same page. We want to win, and we're doing our best to play together and try and win. And it's just amazing that we've just turned this game around completely. We're still not out of the woods yet. Enemy team is still very strong, but we have a very, very good fighting chance now. We just need to play around with our CC, like I said, and then we can success, you know, hopefully success awaits us, you know. And now we're going to try and contest this last dragon for the enemy team. We need to make sure we get this, otherwise you know, otherwise we're going to be in a world of hurt. I'm going to lose my Edge of Night there, very unfortunate. And in the meantime, I'm just going to see if I can maybe get some cheeky W's off. I'm just waiting in here. Bad position from me, should not be standing there at all. I get hit by a barrel, and so I'm going to drop fairly low. And to me, like 1500 health, yeah, that's pretty low considering I have no defense. So we need to make sure we're healthy at all times. So I immediately try and get my red buff to heal up, manage to get it. And then the contest over the dragon is going to ensue. Nami ult comes out, I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to try and walk up here and try to get a decent W off. Ashe ulti comes out. Kennen is going to flash in with his ulti, enormous Kennen ulti. I'm going to try and W, I'm going to see the Akali here, we're going to try peel for her. Peel against her, but like, just it's not gonna be enough. The champ is ridiculous. We try and jump on her, she's gonna Zhonya's. I'm playing very safe here. My team has finished the dragon, and my team is just going fucking crazy there. So my god, it's just enormous Kennen ulti there, absolutely obliterating the entire team. Really, I didn't have too many options there. I could have just jumped in with the Kennen, but there's an Akali there who's isolated. I wanted to try get her, but you can see how difficult it is to actually hit the Akali when she just presses W. It's just impossible. But we do get her at last, and now we're trying to just push down the bot lane. We're grabbing the inhib. We're gonna see if we can end, but no chance there. Enemy team is respawning now. We've got the Lucian coming up, the Wukong coming up as well, GP coming up. Everyone's respawning, so we just decide to get the inhib and reset. And I'm going to be able to do that pretty comfortably. So, yeah. Oh my god. Trying to catch my breath, man. So much to talk about. So we finally get the LDR. That's pretty enormous. We're able to chunk down the Wukong and the Akali now. So that's going to be very, very good. And we're just going to play it slow. You know, that's pretty much all we can do. And just make sure we're not fucking throwing. Because if we throw, it's just done. It's just absolutely done. And yeah, hopefully we can get that next dragon, because the Ocean Soul is still a big threat on this game. We're going to look for an Ashe ult here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it. And Pyke actually gets baited here, gets caught out, and gets kind of obliterated here. I'm going to apply a W slow to the Wukong as he tries to engage, and then my enemy team is going to continue to push forward. We do manage to disengage that. Try and throw out some Ws. Oh my god, Ash! Get out of there, Ash! No! Ash manages to escape by the skin of her teeth. I see the Wukong here, he's by himself. I'm going to get a good combo onto him. You can see he's actually taking a ton of damage from my build. Doing a very respectable amount of damage, even though he's got Death Stance. Lucian trying to go on the cannon. He's going to ulti flash. He gets stunned. I'm going to jump on him, hit him off. Kai'Sa is going to reveal the Akali. Absolutely annihilate the Akali. I'm mixing names here because there's so much going on. Akali's going to go down thanks to that reveal, allowing me to ISO Q her and deal a bunch of damage to her. GP is going to flash Prowlers onto the Ashe. He's isolated though, so it's a perfect chance for me to jump in, pick up the GP. Pyke picks up the Nami, and now the Wukong is here by himself. It's just free against the Wukong, and then the Pyke is going to execute him. Holy fucking shit. And we're back in the game, baby. We aced them yet again, and we're going to try and run into the base and try and end the game. Can we do it? Can we do it? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen. That is potentially the game. Potentially. Is it? Alright, so we have a bunch of minions here that we need to get out of the way so that our minions can walk up. We're going to try and smack down the tower here. Good damage on the tower. The minions respawn for the enemy team, unfortunately, so we're going to have to try and get these out of the way. We're trying to smack down this last tower. Lucian's going to be alive. He's respawned. He's going to culling me, one-shot me. That's funny. Good champ, by the way. We're going to have to disengage. I have to flash out, unfortunately. Got a little too greedy there. And now we're going to have to reset. Reset, guys. Oh my gosh. What a game. What a game. Unfortunately, we couldn't end. Weren't even close to ending there, to be honest, but we tried. Didn't work. My last item will be another lethality. I just want to maximize my damage as much as possible. I'm looking for the camp punk here, but like potentially, but I just decide fuck it. Let's just go into one last lethality item. I also pick up an elixir just in case. Unfortunately, the Ashe is going to get picked here, so the enemy team is pressuring the Baron like crazy yet again. It's very unfortunate. Not too much we can do here. It's very, very risky me walking up here. Enemy team is going to start the Baron. Cannon waiting in the sidelines, trying to look for an engage. I'm going to try and sneak in the bush. I managed to do so. I'm going to R-evolve up. I'm going to get a W. I'm going to jump on the Nami, deal a bunch of damage to her, but because I do that, I'm not able to walk up and hit the Baron. Very unfortunate. I'm going to try and W the Wukong for some damage, but we're just going to get clobbered. Gonna get destroyed, man. Enemy team will get the Baron. I'll try and do my best to escape. Blast Cone saves my ass. I'm gonna jump away from the Akali and jump out to safety. Yeah, look, I tried to play for the fight in that scenario. I tried really hard to get them off, like try and get them off the Baron, but they just melted it so fast, and I wasn't able to get there in time into the pit to try and get it. So maybe I could have potentially just jumped into the pit, but that would mean getting Wukong ulted. And chances are I probably die there as well. There's 2 dead on each team. The dragon is up, so we need to try and contest this. I'm going to try and walk up to the side here, see if we can potentially, you know, just buy time. I'm trying to chuck out a W here. I miss it. Wukong going to clone forward on me. And then I just kind of bait my team into walking up here, so they're going to get destroyed. I see the GP isolation. I one-shot the GP with a nice crit auto attack. And I'm going to be able to jump out to safety. Overall, I think that was my bad, and now it's just kind of hopeless. We cannot possibly get this Ocean Dragon unless I suicide for it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just way too hard to walk in there. And unfortunately, the enemy team will get the Ocean Soul. I think that is 100% my bad. I baited my team. I should have just waited for everyone to come and respawn. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, we make a slight mistake and we get hard punished for it. So that's all in all, it's just my bad, I think. So yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. Enemy team got the Ocean Soul, and Ocean Soul is a very, very powerful dragon. Dragon Soul, now you don't want to fucking mess with. Yeah, not looking fantastic, but again, as long as we play to our strengths and our pick potential, it should be fine. And one last fight will decide it all. So I'm trying to just walk up into the bushes and, you know, make sure I'm around for my team. That's pretty much all that's left at this point. I managed to get full build. I pick up the Axiom Mark. That's the last item I can possibly get in this scenario. I could also go Hydra, but I wouldn't have even been able to get it at this point. But yeah, I'm full build. Just need to make sure I'm around for my team now. And that's about it. You see the enemy team in the mid lane. I'm going to walk up here, see if I can get some sort of positional advantage. Lots of pings in the mid lane going on. Cannon's actually going to walk up to the wall. He's going for a flash engage. Goes for the flash engage. Lucian going to pick up the Ashe, but Lucian's going to go down to the cannon. Exploded by his ultimate. Going to try and jump on the Nami. She flashes out, so we settle for the Akali. We're going to focus the Akali here. Try and hit down the Akali. Get the Akali. Double jump the GP as he revives from the GA. Double jump into the Nami. Kill the Nami. And we, just like that, we won the fight. And we kill 4 when our team is trying to push into the mid lane with the minions. Now, unfortunately, there's a monkey split pushing into our base, trying to take it all on himself. And it's not going to be a problem because we can deal with him very easily. I give him a thumbs up. Come here, you little shit. Get over here. We're going to disrespect him. We're going to have some fun with him while our team pushes down the base. What a fucking game, guys. I'm out of breath. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that was a crazy ass game and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Catch you later.